Hola, buenas tardes, buenas noches. I think it's like that song. Have you ever had the feeling that you wanted to go and still you had the feeling that you wanted to stay? Have you ever had the feeling that you wanted to go and still you had the feeling that you wanted to stay? Have you ever had the feeling that you wanted to go and still you had the feeling that you wanted to stay? Let's go away, let's stay. For now, let's go away, let's stay for now. Have you ever had the feeling that you want to go and still you had the feeling that you want to stay? Have you ever had the feeling that you want to go and still you had the feeling that you want to stay? Let's go away, let's stay, let's go away, let's stay, let's go away, let's stay. I think there's a cartoon, compact cartoon disc cartoon album with that name. Well, it's an alternate take on that. It's called No One Wants to Be Here and Nobody Wants to Go Away or something like that. Yeah, I think it's in parentheses. And so it's called no one wants to be here and nobody wants to stay. No, it's called Nobody Wants to Be Here and Nobody Wants to Leave. Or something like that. It's like the ultimate cartoon title of a cartoon comic, cartoon disc, no? Because I think it's a very apt summarization. It's cartoonistic, no? That nobody really wants nor desires to be here, but nobody really wants to go away into the great unknown. Alternately stated, toda persona está harto with the same old situations. But nobody knows exactly how to change anything directly, non-directly, indirectly, cartoonistly. It's like stating, again, I'll say, it's like saying nobody desirably wants it to be this cartoon ways of cartoon non-ways. However, nobody knows exactly how to change anything directly nor indirectly, non-directnessly. Alternate cartoon take on the cartoon title of that cartoon combat, cartoon disc, cartoon albums, cartoon titles. But the actual title of the album is something like Nobody Wants to Be Here and Nobody Wants to Stay. Cartoonishly, or something like that. Cartoonishly, nobody wants to be here. Cartoonishly, nobody wants to stay. Cartoonishly. It's a Scottish alternative rock, banda de rock, non-gothic, slightly gothic, cartoonishly. I find that cartoon album, cartoon title is cartoonly, very cartoonly intriguing, cartoonly interesting, no? Cartoonly fascinating, even. When you think about, everything that this cartoon planet cartoonishly has cartoonly endured. So much of it in states and quote, of harmfulnesses, of disregardfulnesses, cartoonishly. I know I speak very strangely, uniquely in my own ways, but this planet has taken a cartoon licking and has cartoonly kept cartoonly ticking, cartoonishly, no? many individuals have also taken a cartoon licking and they have cartoonly decided, cartoonly to, cartoonly opt, cartoonly out, cartoonly of, cartoon existence, cartoonly. How does this non-happeningnessly quote happening, quote cartoonlessly? How does this cartoonly non-happeningnessly cartoonly quote happening, quote cartoonlessly? Well, letter A, suicide. Letter B, renunciando responsabilidades. That means renouncing responsibilities for self-care. Well, I'm adding to that means renouncing responsibilities for self-care. Is what I'm stating. Correct. Letter C says some other form of hands thrown up in the air. Sometimes it's somebody that works full time, but they treat everybody with disdainfulness, as cartoonishly. They go to work, they might even go to church. They treat others with disdainfulnesses and disrespectfulnesses. Cartoonishly. Because they, she, he, and they, he, she, hey, is cartoonly miserable. Cartoonishly. So here's a question for a classroom. Do you think I'd say children, do you think being miserable, emocionalmente, in an emotional state of miserableness, is that even a flimsiest cartoon excuse for cartoonist disrespect for self, nor cartoonist disrespect por otras personas? Cartoonistly. Now, I have to imagine a child would raise his hand, probably more than one child, to say, no, that is not an excuse. And I'd say, no, it is not an excuse. It is not a valid excuse. No, it is not. It's not an excuse. No, it's not. It is also not an excuse when someone is mistreated directly, nor when someone is treated directly and indirectly, disdainfully, disrespectfully. To unleash it upon others is not okay. This is a cartoon lección that must be cartoonly learned, cartoonishly, deeply cartoonishly. It is light years of an improvement to transcend it in the moment, momentarily, seeing it as a stray cartoon, balas, that means bullets, because there is an intrinsicness, aimingness. I say it goes like this. It's at them, through them, at others. But it doesn't stem micro-individually. It is aimed micro-individually at the individual, through the individual, at others. Cartoonishly. So it really is like a cartoon fly, cartoon ball. So it really is like a cartoon fly, cartoon balls. Cartoonishly. When someone misstates their feelings directly, let's say, and it, quote, resonates, unquote, as a cartoon punch in the cartoon groins. Because there has been a cartoon worm-bodyedness, cartoonishly, in this cartoon planet, cartoonishly, in which not only do cartoon individuals not cartoonly learn how to be cartoonly assertive, cartoonishly, how to state feelings in I statements, cartoonishly, Not only has that been distinctly lacking, there is also the cartoon worm-bodyedness as cartoonist. Individuals, cartoonishly individuals, cartoonly that, cartoonly do, cartoonly not, cartoonly no. Cartoonly how, cartoonly to, cartoonly process, cartoonly there, cartoonly emotions. Cartoonishly without, cartoonly directing, cartoonly them, cartoonly outwardly, cartoonly outwardist. Cartoonly externally, cartoonly externalized. Cartoonly outwardist, cartoonishly. I spoke recently of the cartoonistly faulty. That means cartoonistly, I spoke of the cartoonist lack of cartoonist self, cartoonist expressiveness. Here's an important question. Need they be taught? I'm going to answer very quickly. Yes. Yes, they need to be taught because they necessarily need to be taught because no one, based on non-results, I'd say they absolutely must be taught. The value of self-expressiveness cannot be overstated. Because what do I see? My individual eyeball see is there's a few individuals that go way beyond the fringes at times, right? It's when you got someone that's got a full body glove tattoo and they're having tattoos removed so they can get what? More tattoos. They've got every body part pierced that they can physically pierce. They're running out of options to subtextually and textually be in states and quote of rebellions a bit. What started out as perhaps a feeling of I want to be uniquely self-expressive, my own ways. Might not have started out exactly that ways, of actual ways, right? It might have started out as, wow, I am so wanting to give the cartoon blank to this cartoon planet. Cartoon individuals, cartoons. Say, reming on the Barbara, riddle, linger, and riddle dinger. I really want to do that because I feel everyone is so cartoonly uptightest, cartoonistly. They really need to cartoonly relajar, más que un poquito, more than a bit, cartoonistly. And if I achieve piercings in every area of my body possible and a full body glove of tattoos, that'll be my individual cartooned rebellions against everything that I visually see with my two eyeballs that I completely reject as nonsense, cartoonishly. Okay, first thing I'm going to say is there are so many roads to hell. No? Like that song by that cartoon, Banda de Cartoon Metal, something on the subject. There are so many roads to hell. Jesus Christ is a pathways to heavenly redemptions and non-sufferings. As Jesus Christ himself stated, himself stated, I am the way. It is a way. It is a pathways, not only to sanities, but to emotional, physical, spiritual healthfulness. It is a direct pathways to self-expressivenesses without cartoonly subtextual nor cartoonly textual, cartoonly quote blank unquote. So here we go about desires to cartoonly lash, cartoonly out, cartoonly at, cartoonly any, cartoonly body, cartoonly else, cartoonly. Because as you feel the lovingness in the soulful fibers has come alive, you realize it was never about them. It was always about achieving deeper interior peacefulnesses of peacefulness and contentednesses of contentedness. It was never about them. It was never about cartooned blank. Se rime con la palabra deapprovals nor reprovals. It was never about that. But hellfire of miseries is very oftentimes cartoonly bred from pretend quote blank unquote say remember about desires to in any way textually nor subtextually cartoonly blank say remember about a peak d'approval cartoonistly. One will, at minimum, quote, resonate, unquote, with the ear resonances of that, cartoonistly. Saying to he self, they self, I really don't know why I pretend to give a cartoon blank. Say, reming about ram, what anybody even cartoonly, quote, thinks, unquote, cartoonistly, de moi, cartoonistly. I really don't know why I even cartoonly pretend to give a cartoon blank, say remake on the palabra ram, what anybody even cartoonly quote thinks and quote de moi, cartoonistly. I really do not know why I even pretend to cartoonly give a cartoon blank, what anybody cartoonly quote blank, unquote. Say remake on the palabra stinks. De moi, cartoonistly. Will be the resultant ear resonances of momentary cartoon blank de cartoon resentfulnesses. Say remake on the blah blah peelings. Jesus Christ is the way. And I would recommend a lot of creative, imaginative energies on the part of Jewish hombres to, for the fun of it, imagine being half Jewish for a day and see how it works. Half Jewish enough to be half Christian for a day? Or how about half Jewish and fully respectful and loving towards Jesus Christ for a day? Try it on. See what happens. Knowing that Jesus Christ never rejected anybody. Never rejected anybody. And does not reject him. That loves him. And that desires lovingness is towards self and others. Does not reject him. Buenas tardes. Buenas noches. Hasta luego.